That was fucking terrible. That was so terrible. Oh my god. Howdy and aloha, everyone. James, Monotalk. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Yeah, that was... I don't know if you watched it, but... So, Jake Paul is trying to get together like a new... something to compete with the UFC. Well, I don't think it's going to work out. I'm not... I mean, the UFC, of course, Dana White, greedy, we all get it. You know, it's money. You know, and if you want to fight there, then you're going to have to pay the piper, right? But the best fighters fight in the UFC. Not the best fighters fight at this MVP thing that Jake Paul put on, which I thought was just really weird. He's got this little spot. Look it up. Where he and his Swedish or Finland girlfriend, super hot, speed skating girlfriend, sit in this little cubicle right next to the octagon, and it's just okay. We get it. You've got a lot of money. You're a promoter. You've fooled a bunch of people. Good for you. But it's like, I think in a sense, I think it's kind of cool. But in another sense, it's like, bro, that's a little much, you know, because the guy's got this it's red. He's got his own screens, own couch, his own table, and everybody else is sitting like shoulder to shoulder with each other. And I'm just like, okay. Yeah, it's a king and queen kind of thing with that guy, you know. That's what that is, and that's fine. That's his gig. I'm cool with that. But it's like, come on, man. If you want to do that, I would offer, you know, 2 couples tables and groups of 4. Or if you want to do that, do it for like, you know, bottle service or whatever. For like the elite or whatever, that's fine with me. That makes sense. But just you and yourself and your chick, whatever. More power to them. Whatever's, you know, whatever. But I gotta tell you, it was 15 seconds. That fight lasted 15 seconds. I don't know if it was rehearsed. I mean, it's like she put her hand up to freaking throw a punch, and she's just started leaning, and Rousey just like a missile shot towards her legs, did a fucking double leg takedown, put Corano immediately on her ass, mounted her immediately. You know, the full mount meaning your butt's basically on the person's belly button, and it could have been ground and pound. So what she decided to do, which is odd, because she could have just laid in and pretty much destroyed that woman's face if she wanted to. That's how fast it was. But she decided to swing her hips up, rotate on her chest, grab the arm, and do a quick arm Ronda Rousey armbar. Now, I don't know if that's going to make Ronda feel like she's vindicated. I know that Corano doesn't give a shit because she looks good and she's in shape and she didn't get her face hurt. And she went in and she didn't do anything. She didn't do anything. She didn't touch, hit, nothing. Didn't have a chance. It was just so terrible. And she was just overwhelmed. And I saw that in the rehearsal, like the pre-fight, where they do they come out and they kind of show a little bit of their training, and I could see that Corano she's got no butt, she's got no legs, she can't move. That I just knew it. If she's thinking that thing was going to stay up on their feet, her fucking coaches are idiots. That's what I think. Or she just knew that she was going to get in shape, get super hot, good looking, what she is. I'm a sucker for brunettes. But the thing is, I just saw it right there. And Rousey, she's a lot younger. Like 10, 15 years, I don't know, fucking forever younger. She was just, I'm glad she didn't break her arm. I'm just glad she didn't fucking break her arm, which I was concerned. That was my biggest concern. Anyway, the Nate Diaz fight and Mike Perry just overpowered. I don't know what the fuck Nate was doing. He didn't throw a single. He threw like 2 leg kicks. Right? If he was gonna use jiu-jitsu, you got to do it quick before you get all greasy and bloody, or sweaty and bloody. And I'm the guy supposedly a 3rd-degree jiu-jitsu black belt, and I didn't see it. I didn't see that from Perry was just pounding him with these Perry's. You could see the power in his punches. It was just hurting him. Cut the fuck out of him. It was a TKO because they couldn't keep the fight going. And Gano was just a monster and beat the fuck out of his other guy. But honestly, the whole thing, I have to give it a C plus maybe. It wasn't, and then it was doing pretty well. There were some great fights, some good competition. I think I've watched most of the fights, even the prelims. But as I'm watching it, I'm going, wow, this is a lot like UFC. That's cool. I'm seeing some pretty good athletes do some pretty cool stuff. Watching all the forms and the boxing and the taekwondo and the jiu-jitsu and the wrestling, and everything's looking good. And then but at the very end, you were hoping at least somebody was going to get a little cut, a little fucking a bruise, nothing. And then boom, she just went after us, double-legged her, and it was over. It was just, and that was the main event. Wow. You couldn't have not wanted, you couldn't have, if you, as a promoter, as a company, if I'm Netflix, I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know if I want to keep this going because, the whole thing, just the vibe wasn't good. Arwani, who was the commentator, got a great MMA podcast. I watch him every once in a while. He's asking the winners and the losers, which is rare, how they felt about the fight. You don't fucking talk to the losers. I'm sorry. And then you get their opinion, the other opinion, and now they're all, the only thing they kept saying, all these fighters, well, we should have a rematch. We should have a rematch. And it's just like, oh my God, it just turned into a fucking mess. It was a fucking mess. No, it's like a C minus. I'm gonna go down to C minus. The more I think about it, the more I'm like, what the fuck? None of this is just making sense. When you do an octagon interview, if the guy's retiring and he's putting in his gloves for the last fight, you'll talk to him. That makes sense. But if the guy gets beat, he doesn't deserve the fucking octagon interview. That's just the way it is. You lost. Your punishment is no words for you because you lost. Right? I don't know. It was just fucking... It was the weirdest thing. And there was just a lot of talking, a lot of gibberish. The fucking build-up of the fights and the movies. They were like mini documentaries about people and shit. I'm just like, who cares? You don't have to fucking explain who these people are. Most of us that are watching this tonight know. I was fucking... No. Now I'm thinking D+. The more I think about it, the worse score I'm giving them. It was terrible. I know there are other fighters out there that are good. There was only two fights with girls, by the way, which is stupid. There are some great fighters. It would have been good to have... I forgot her name, but off the top of my head, it came in my head and then disappeared. Derica. Anyway, a lot of the fighters that Dana won't sign up. Jake, go after them. What the fuck are you doing, dude? In the whatever divisions or below the UFC, whatever companies are below the UFC, just go after those people. God, I don't know. Whoever put this together, I like the fact that Ronda put it together. That's cool. She's a great fighter. She was a good fighter. She never really had a good stand-up game. She wasn't going to sit there and trade. She doesn't know how to fucking box. She just doesn't. And Gina's like, let's box. No, I'm going to take you down in 10 seconds. I'm going to submit you in 5 seconds. And that's what happened. It was fucking... No, man, it was not good. I watched the whole fucking thing. I was really hoping... And you can't predict how a fight's going to be. So, I mean, things happen, of course. But the setup and the way it was done, I just didn't see it. It was just too much drama. Like, people wanted to see the drama? No. People that watch UFC want to see people getting down, throwing everything they can. Yeah, no, Jake Shields, Jake Paul, whatever. No, not Jake Shields, Jordan. Anyway, you're confusing me. No, it's Jake Paul. So yeah, that was just pathetic. And it was like, I would rather watch the WWE. Right? I would rather watch professional wrestling, which I used to watch, but now it's just, I don't know, some of the characters aren't as good as they were back in the day. Yeah, it's just a little different now. It's a show. It's just, I get it. Of course it's a show. And it's kind of be a little strange to be, I was never a big fan. I didn't like wear their paraphernalia. I think I had an Ultimate Warrior doll at one time, or I found it in a garage sale, and I had it in my room. I think that's about it. But I should have kept it. It was a collector's item, that's for sure. Yeah, that was Dick. That was. Anyway, I'm gonna get away from that. It's just, it wasn't that good. Kudos for Gina for getting in shape, getting herself ready. Good job to Ronda Rousey for getting her set. I think she should try to fight somebody real. I mean, somebody. I don't think that's good enough. Anyway, let me go here real quick. Now, here's another fight that's happening. Man, this fucking dude, I swear to gosh, right? This fucking guy. And I gotta show you this real quick. Hang on. Give me a second. I gotta show you this. Man, I am just like, what the fuck, dude? This guy, is such shit. Hell yeah. Oh, that's cool. I didn't even see that. Oh, that is so cool. Well, good for you. Look at this. Oh, shit. Hang on. Watch this. What? It's a certificate, successfully completed the entire of the RSP training. That was a hard financial advisor stuff. That was, I mean, I practiced testing for my health, life, and accident insurance test, and I passed it a couple years ago. But this is more my field. I've done financing with vehicles, leases, and loans, and all kinds of shit. It's in my wheelhouse, you know. This is better. So my certificate is fucking there. It took a while. It took me like a month and a half to do this, to complete all the courses. Hours, and I was like, God, it had to be like 40 hours plus to get that. But, you know, I'm proud of myself. Good job. Yeah, I'm working with them part-time right now. It's from home, which is good, but I can also go out, and I've got cards, I got a shirt coming, and some other things. And, you know, if I help somebody out with a business loan, bridge loan, line of credit loan, small business loan, whatever the case may be, it could be a big chunk of dough. We'll see how it works. My goal is just to make sure people are taken care of and they can do what they need to do with the money and help them. Because it is alternative financing, and it could be helpful. All right, back to where I was going. I want to show you this right here, because I think it's important that I show you what's going on here with... where the frick did I do with it? Oh, that was terrible. I didn't want to hear that. All right, so if we go here, let me show you the facts so you know what's going on, people, because I'm going to show you the facts. All right, so we're going to go to here. If you want to know what Trump's doing or what just go here. I mean, they tell you everything they're basically doing. All right, and the Save America Act, which we've been talking about this for like a year or so now. It's pretty crazy, right? But the thing about this is 71% of the U.S. voting republic wants this. Do you support or oppose Save America Act that would require proof of citizenship to register to vote, require voter ID, require states to remove non-citizens from their voting rolls, require states to share redacted voting rolls with Department of Homeland. Yeah. People want to know if people are cheating. Don't you want to know? But it's weird that the Democrats don't. They want the opposite. And we know what that means. It means they want to cheat, they want to steal, they want to rig. It's very obvious. I'm not going to ask a question, so what do you think that means? We know what it fucking means. They're a bunch of fucking cheaters, right? But we also have some cheaters. Now let me just say, 71 to 29%. This is the most bipartisan bill probably in the history of Congress that the American people want. Okay, most of you know this. That's fine. Again, this is my documentary. I have to make sure the information is out there because people are going to watch this one day and go, "Fuck, that dude is right on." That guy fucking he almost predicted the future. Is that guy fucking Nostradamus? What the fuck? That guy's been spot on about pretty much everything. What the fuck is going on with that guy? Because it's connecting dots. You kind of feel things out. Now, when it comes to like personal relationships, I am a fucking dumb blonde. I'm just telling you right now. But when it comes to politics, I've been involved with it for so long. I've probed so much in so many different ways from so many different perspectives that I kind of get it now. And what I get is it's simply this, right? It's simply this. The Demoncrats need the Repiglicans to steal tax dollars. That's it. Why does this happen? You're thinking, why is this guy, John Thune, personally, solely, on his very own with some help from like Bill Cassidy, who just lost his primary, from somebody that was endorsed by Trump. It's like, dude, you want to fuck around and find out? Everybody that's endorsed by Trump is gonna, I would say at least 96.5 of them are gonna win. Done. People know the guy's making the right decisions. I think he is. I think he's made fucking great decisions. He just got back from China and things are fucking sweet. No matter what you're hearing from the Democratic Party or any Repiglicans, that he got back safely. Thank you, God. And the interesting thing about that, he probably felt safer in China than he did in his own country. Our own president is safer in China than he is in his own country. Is that fucking what? Yeah. This place is fucked up. The Demoncrats. Anyway, American is paying $40 million every week to the Taliban. The bill to stop it has been sitting on leader John Thune's desk for nearly a year. In a year, that's $480 million. What the fuck is John Thune doing? It's time to boot Thune. No, this money, this is the money. Which, Mila Joy, there's a lot of really brilliant, smart posting influence or whatever the social media people out there think that's great. But what I just said is what's happening. Demoncrats, or you can say Republicans, need Republicans or Demoncrats to steal our tax dollars. That's it. They can't get by with it by themselves. They need to have associates. They need to have fellow criminals. They need to have accessories to the criminality that happens in Congress all the time. And that's basically what's happening. And this motherfucker, he done. Oh, why? I want to get to this in a second. Let me repost this. Because I want to get to this. Because Sidney Powell's amazing. All right, let me go to the profile because I got to show you what happened there. No, I'm not verifying. Why would the fuck I want to verify? I don't give a shit about that crap. Verify me. Verify me. How many people do I have? I've got 1,612 followers. And I got like 4,000 Facebook friends. Right? Actually, what's weird is on TikTok, I had over 5,000 followers, right? Most of them were, who knows from where. But they took that down because I was saying shit for Trump, saying stuff against the vaccine, saying stuff against the New World Order, et cetera, and they took me down. And then I tried to repeal it, and they said, no, you're taking you down. I'm like, why? They never explained why. They're fucking assholes. Why is this still up? All right, there it is. So he just posted this yesterday or today. The Save America Act must be passed now. Use the housing and FISA bills to get it done. Maryland just had 500,000 fake mail-in ballots revealed. We cannot, as a country, put up with this any longer. Triple exclamation mark, like he's yelling. Voter ID and proof of citizenship must be approved now. Crooked mail-in voting must be stopped. Put it all in the hands of the FISA bill. Make America great again. President Donald Trump. But he never mentions his name. He never says his name. Say his fucking name. He's the leader of the Senate and on the U.S. Capitol. And no, he's not oblivious. I just don't know why he's not saying his name. It's a little suspect to me. Right? It's a lot suspect to me. There's some other shitheads, by the way. Right? Miley Joyce, brilliant. Are actual GOP senators really going to let John Thune take election security? I want to know why the following senators aren't jumping at the chance to remove him and save America. Tom Cotton. I'm worried about Ted Cruz, Jim Banks, Tommy Tuberville, Marshall Blackburn, Katie Britt, John Kennedy, Rick Scott, Mike Lee. Yeah, what's going on? They're saying stuff, they're tweeting stuff, but I don't really see them doing anything. Right? They could easily just do something. Can we just do something instead of tweet something? Yeah, that's a good one. Can we actually put a physical action into place to help the American people instead of tweeting about it or Xing about it or Facebooking about it or babbling that you're going to or it should be done? Do it. Gets them to do it. Right? It's fucking crazy. It's all baloney. Here's some more rhinos. Da-da-da. Yeah. Yeah, this happened, by the way. Victory for MAGA. You're next, leader John Thune. That's my comment. So, Bill Cassidy has just lost his primary to somebody who was endorsed by Trump. This woman right here. And she's fucking hot. And then Bill Cassidy, the reason why he's gone is because that one time he said, I voted to convict President Trump because he is guilty. Wow. That guy's just a piece. He's a fucking, I mean, what else do you need to know? Who these guys are. Right? And sadly, the longer Trump is in office, the more these fake MAGAs are being exposed. The reason Judge Bozbag hasn't been impeached is because of Jim Jordan. As a chairman of the Judiciary Committee, it's up to him to get the ball rolling. Yeah, Jim. Get these fucking... What are you doing, too? I mean, there's so many of them. Look, I've said this for a long time, and I know you've been, whoever's been watching this for a long time, you have to know this fact. Congress is a cesspool. Somebody made a comment on Twitter the other day. I thought it was brilliant. Something about the swamp. Congress is the swamp. Period. The House and the Senate. It's the swamp. If you're going to fucking drain anything, drain that. Maybe you might sift through it and grab a few real golden nuggets. You might find maybe 20, 30%, in the House, maybe 20 or 30% in the Senate. I'm kind of tripping out that my own senator hasn't really mentioned anything. Let me go. I'm going to look at him. This guy's a badass, too. Senator Eric Schmidt. Right? I want to see anything about the SAFE Act in here. Immigration laws. Okay, I get that. ICE. He's always helping ICE. Good. Nothing. Here goes those changes. A tornado. Okay. Some people doing the Photoshop. Photo shoot's good. SCOTUS. Discussion Louisiana versus Cal. Mania. Okay. Yeah, bro. I'm just not seeing it, man. Maybe you said something before. It should be every day. Yeah, I'm just not seeing it. 222 years ago, Lewis and Clark departed St. Louis on a journey that revealed the character of a people who built a civilization. Yeah, Lewis and Clark grabbed some Indian girl and... Anyway. This is a real question for American 250. No, that's Happy Police Week. Okay, good. Oh, come on, man. Blanche 205 sanctuary jails. Judiciary Committee. Yeah, bro, oh man, I'm kind of bummed out. I'm just not really seeing anything. Department of Justice going after, that's good. H-1B program is totally, this is May 14th. That's pretty recent. Let's see if he's got a way to go back and look for the Trump advertising understood the strength of world leaders. Okay, this is pretty recent stuff. So still, let me just go down. Let me see. I don't want to miss it. Trump file. Chinese ICE. We're getting close. Abomination. No wonder Illinois is the clearest race-based reductions. Okay, so there's something about the redistricting. Okay. I'm just not seeing. No one does baseball better than Missouri. Okay, good. The current college supports unsustainable college sports prison. Okay, that's okay. Got to get that picture in there. Happy Mother's to all the moms out there, especially my wife, Jamie. He's got some good kids, good family. Good man. But alright. See the redistricting, there we go. Alright. So, yeah, bro, I'm just not seeing. You guys seen this? Yeah, I'm just not seeing it. I haven't seen anything about the SAVE Act. I think he mentioned something. I just gotta check. Let me just see if I got something in here regarding the SAVE Act. There. All right. A month ago. Okay. Let me see here. I'm going to play this. Let's see what you got, bro. Let's see what you got.
Common sense ways to protect and secure our elections. Common sense ways to protect women from having men competing with them in their sports, and also banning transgender mutilation that we've seen for kids. And so I'm going to turn it over to Senator Lee, who's been a great leader on this topic. He's been talking about the Save America Act for some time. He's been working on those provisions. I will point out we've got sort of a lot of these issues that, again, I think are very common sense. They're very supported by the American people. One of the things we want to make sure to do with our elections is make sure they're secure. And it wasn't that long ago that this was a bipartisan effort. 20 years ago, there was something called the Carter-Baker Commission, where they came out with recommendations of how you could secure elections. What's the most secure way you can have an election? The most secure way, of course, is in-person voting. One of the dangers that they warned about 20 years ago was mass mail-in balloting. We've seen this play out in places like Georgia, where ballots were just sent out. There's really not a lot of chain of custody. Drop boxes are all over the state, and they're ripe for fraud. And so what I'm proposing in the amendment to deal with mail-in balloting fraud and these scams that existed is just to make sure the preference is for in-person voting. We're no longer going to allow ballots to be sent out willy-nilly without verifying addresses. If you have a hardship because of a disability or an illness or because of travel or you're a caregiver or some other hardship that the state can identify, you can vote by absentee. You have to request it.
All right, so that was a month ago, but this should be every day. The first thing that any senator or any House of Representatives in the Republican side, because the Democrats want to cheat. This is the cheat, light, cheat, steal, rig, whatever they can to fill their coffers and wallets, purses with our stolen tax dollars, and a few Repiglicans helping them. Every day. You need to do this every day. You need to get on Thune's ass and go, what are you doing, bro? So I kind of put some pieces together here, as you can see, when I brought up Thune. And, oh gosh, I lost it. But I think what I brought up was the fact that $480 million so far has been going to the Taliban. Like $30 million a month. Why? And nobody stops it because that's part of the money. There's so many little... When these bills are created... Okay, let me back up. One of the greatest thing about Matt Gaetz, when he was a House of Representatives, one of the greatest thing about him was he fought for single line legislation. Single line legislation means there's no more pork. There's no more fat. There's no more... You know what, if you want that, then I got to put in this. Even though this is going to fuck you and both of us, no, it's going to screw up your constituents or my constituents, well, we don't care about, or the people we serve, but still we're going to get our money. And that's what the pork is for. That's why they throw so much shit into these bills. And it's ridiculous. And it needs to be single line. So Matt Gaetz was a big proponent of that. Bernie Sanders never. I think Bernie Sanders was at one time. Maybe once a long, long fucking time ago. And maybe a few Demoncrats were when they were Democrats. And this, well, they've always been Democrats if you do the history. Some people have brought it up single line, but Matt Gaetz was his sword. That was what he was going to use to fight the corruption, because that is part of the corruption. If you can get somebody to, if you can get these, some of these people in Congress at the Capitol to focus on one line of something and say this is what we're going to vote on and that's it, then you're fine. Then you shouldn't have a problem. You should not have a problem. But the problem here is they throw in all this fat in these fucking bills, and it's just getting pathetic. It's getting freaking pathetic. So, yeah, Sidney Powell, let me see. Explosive Sidney Powell reveals Secret Service disclosed Hillary Clinton as one of the greatest threats to the USA. She claims Clinton violated the Espionage Act with a private server with Obama's knowledge, and that 675,000 emails on Weiner's laptop were hidden by the FBI. Yeah, we all know this. I know this is old news. I'm just going to remind you. Republicans and Democrats, there it is right there. Repiglicans and need Democrats to steal your tax dollars. That's pretty much it. Everybody wants Thune to resign, right? Because he's got this shit going on now. Look at this shit. I gotta tell you, it's hard to. It's how do you take this? A lot of people take this personally. I'm just reporting it. I'm just letting you know what's going on out there. Maybe there are different perspectives, different conclusions, different theories, maybe different claims. You can take it however you want. It was cool. Rubio said the other day, You need to chickadee check yourself before you wreck yourself. I think he said that in China. It was fucking great. Oh, doing your research. You're a grown, educated person. But according to the New York Times, you shouldn't. You should not use critical thinking. They've warned against doing that. But of course, so many people are fucked up upstairs they can't do it anymore. John Thune, bailing out America again. John Thune killed the Save Dot. He fucked the country in recess appointments. Now you're letting Harry Reid's Democrat holdover Elizabeth McDowell blocking key Trump priorities. Tell me the guys, it's not a rhino. Rhino is kind of flattering. Can we just say Repiglicans, please? I mean, is it hard to say just a few more consonants, right? A few more, just a little bit longer word. A Repiglican, a pig, repig. He's a repig, and a demon-crat, whatever. But that's what I'm saying. It's very simple. It's very, very simple. All you got to do is just everybody in Congress that gives a shit about 71% of the people that want the SAVE Act to go through, which is a lot, which is the most bipartisan group of people on the planet that polled and voted, and everybody said, I want to make sure that people that are voting are actual U.S. citizens. Yeah, for sure. But these fucking, it's just so atypical, man, and it just sucks. And the problem is, and I'm going to say it, and you can take this however you want if you're MAGA, Trump's got to say his name. I blame Trump for this one. I blame Pam Bondi for a lot of shit already. There's so much shit still going on that these people are still doing because people are not in freaking jail. Right? They're not. There's still people out there roaming around free. Bill Gates just sold all of his Microsoft stock. He's done with Microsoft. He's cashing out, and I think he knows. I think either he knows his time is up, or he's gonna try to use that money to keep his Aryan eugenics depopulation agenda going, which his dad wanted him to do. Look that up. I'm going to go through a few more things, and that's about it. But I want you to know. I want y'all to know. It's not that. Yeah, you got to say his name, Don. I don't know what to fucking tell you, bro. Right? Nick Fuentes is not who he claims to be. Yeah, duh. Yeah. Anyway, I love that chick. She's fucking cool. Britain will not be silenced. Big, huge millions of people went out to protest the Labour Party. The Conservatives went out there. The real patriots of the UK. ISIS attack. Global ISIS leader killed by U.S. Yeah, Trump took this guy down. While you guys are worrying about China and some other shit, he fucking sent out some people to go get him. This new movie, The Odyssey, is fucking retarded. Oh, here's Dave Mustaine. Oh, I thought it was a Mustang. Mustaine turned Christian. He did that, I don't know, like 10 years ago. A while ago. 10, 15 years ago. Maybe even 20 years ago. Yeah, he used to party at my house when he was a kid. Used to hang around with my little brother. Guy played some fucking good music, man. He was a great entertainer. Probably still is. Elon Musk. Yeah, the Odyssey. This is ridiculous. Yeah, so they want to use a girl that cut her breasts off as like this big, huge, like the person who played Troy, Brad Pitt. They're portraying her as Brad Pitt, this Ulysses or whatever. Keeley's or some fucking badass guy. They're using her as the guy. It's just, are you fucking... Yeah, Chris Nolan, director, fucking idiot. Trump deranged lefties, more of that. Big Yellow inside the spirit. Oh, they're getting repossessed. All these fucking planes are getting repossessed for Spirit. The full interview, Government Polos commutes. Tina Peters, I think I brought that up. She's finally out, thank God. Newest warship. Oh, this cat is so cool. Goes out surfing. That's fucking weird. Why am I not in there? I was going to send that to my daughter. People like you. That was stupid. I don't want to keep that. I wanted to know about that. We're just still not seeing it. There's really nothing else going on out there. There's probably some stuff on a miss. There's could be possibly important, but honestly, yeah, that guy definitely belongs in prison. Am I right? Am I right? I'm right. This is interesting. Back in 2012, CNN does this bit about Obama spending $34 million to clean up the reflecting pond in the Capitol. You know, big long stretch of water. You know, Forrest Gump ran through it. Forrest didn't. The girl ran through in Forrest Gump, the movie. But Trump only spent $12,000, and it's going to last longer. Because what happened when he did it? Okay, $34 million spent by Obama in 2012. A couple months later, it turned into slug and sewage swamp. It was just a fucking scam. Trump does it for $12 million spent by Trump, and it will last and last. It's just the way they built it and the way they're making it. It's just going to last and last. They have a filtering system and all this other stuff. So shut the fuck up, Democrats, you hypocritical bitching motherfucker. People are fucking weirdos. They're just weirdos at this point. Strawberries have a lot of crap on them, a lot of poison. Just want to let you know that. So I always wash my vegetables, right? And my fruits with baking powder. Right? Baking powder. LeBron James is a piece of shit. Globalist Endgame. I've seen this before. You guys should read this when you get a chance. This is what the fuck is going on. It's still happening. Trump's trying to stop it. He knows. Right? I may have played this already, but I might as well do it.
A soft coup, and the idea is we're undergoing a soft coup, and the idea is to create a whole new set of laws and ignore the existing human rights laws and other laws under the pretext of pandemic preparedness and the biosecurity agenda. The WHO is developing through all its nations
I warned all of you. Most of that I warned most of you about back in mid 2020. I mean, I put together some information. Stephanie King, or Stevie, put a lot of great information out too as well, and we tried to help and inform and alert as many people as possible of a lot of those things and what was happening in that time. And to some people it was very overwhelming just to go through it, just to talk about it. I mean, there were nights I'm just like, man, I need to drink. This is fucking crazy. And I'm telling you, it was just because it's, in a sense, for some people, it was just traumatizing. It's so outrageous that, well, it's true. It's been proven to be 100% true now by all the information that everybody's received. And I mean, it's right in black and white pretty much everywhere. And they've basically told everybody about corporate governance and the World Economic Forum and the depopulation agenda, blah, 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 and all this other shit. But as her and I were going through everything, the amount of information that we were finding and trying to put in layman's terms was overwhelming. It was to the point, well, not just the information, it's realizing that there is a great evil out there. It's been around for a long time. And more recently, I would say within the past decade, 2 or 3, they've decided that, well, we're not going to be able to control 8 to 10 billion people, but if we can get rid of the population enough to maybe 2 or 3 billion, we can control those people. And it was happening. And that was the big push, and they made a big mistake. They made a big mistake in 2020. And the big mistake was free-thinking Americans that were just like, none of this makes sense. I ain't going to do that. No, don't think so. That's just dumb as fuck. Stuff like that. And that's spread. And a lot of people, I would say at least, thankfully, I would say at least 30, close to 30% of the world's population said, nah, we're just not going to go there. And it's those people that you need to be thanking. It's those people you need to say, you know what, you're not vaccinated? Fuck yeah, awesome. And if you are vaccinated because you had to, because of your job or your family and shit, I get it. I'm sorry that had to happen. And I wish things were different. But at the same time, we don't know if people actually took the vaccine or not. Even though it may say you did, how do you really know? Is there an indicator that would know that you took that vaccine in your blood system? Would it be in your DNA? Would it be scannable on your skin? Would you be able to just do a saliva test and put it in a petri dish or whatever? And if it comes up a certain color, that's it. You know, it's kind of like a pregnancy test. Can you urinate on it? Would that work? Whatever the case may be, I think people are going to want to know. I know people want to know for the best reason of all. I want to know who fucking has it in their blood system. I am not going to do something with somebody that has that shit inside of them. It's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. Right? Amongst other things, I'm not going to do that. And hopefully you won't either. And don't get blood that has that crap in it. Right? Which I need to store my own blood. I need to do that for sure. But I'm concerned that these fuckers are going to take it and clone me. And if there was a bunch of me cruising around the world, oh man, talk about the Clone Wars, bro. This guy, if you had this guy cloned, that would be bad news. It would be bad for the opponent. I'm just telling you right now. Anyway, all right. So that's pretty much kind of it. I think I'm good. I'll just leave you with this right here, which I think you'll like. Right?
When we started catching waves, he would walk up to the nose, hang out there like he was hanging 10.
Jumps from the board in the water. If I am in the water, he just come to me and then swim back to the board.
Hopefully, he loves what Hawaii has to offer. He's just enjoying the surroundings and enjoying the motion of the ocean as we are too.
Went to human side and just check out all the kitties, and I saw him. Very, very sweet look of him. Very shy. He was hiding under the bed and under the sheet of the bed. And slowly he warmed up to us.
He would follow us everywhere. Even when we'd be in the shower, he'd get curious and want to jump in the shower with us. And didn't seem to mind any.
To see this behavior.
We had to find a beach that was virtually empty, nice car. Got him there, we let him play on the sand, and to him it was probably, and then we saw that he could naturally swim well. Down, and he seemed to enjoy home for him, that he could feel there, feel safe, kind of hide from the wind.
That's pretty cool. Anyway, I want to say aloha to everybody. Mahalo for watching, and have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your weekend. A good weekend. I'm going golfing tomorrow. I'll send some pictures. I'll save some pictures, as a matter of fact. I think it'd be good. I'd bring it on the next show. A lot of work to happen next week. Aloha.